What's up, guys? It's Matty here, mixandmastermysong.com. Today, I want to show you how I set up my external hardware with Studio One. And the cool thing is they actually just came out with Studio One 4.1 and introduced the Pipeline XT. So I thought it'd be a good time to show you the cool new features in that, which I think they really nailed, and just how to do it. So if you check out the screen here, I have the new Pipeline XT. If you ever used Pipeline before, you can see it looks pretty different. Some pretty cool new meters and this whole section here. Basically, what you do is you set up your in and outs in your audio settings, which you can get to here in your audio I/O. And as you can see with my setup, I have my master in, which is basically the out of my mastering chain. And then I also have a compressor here in my Neves. And then the output, I have my main output obviously going out 1 and 2. And then for my reference mixes, when I A/B, when I'm working on a mix, the master out, which is going out of this, out of the machine. I think I had that switched, so the in was going in. Anyway, the Dion out, my compressor out, and then the 1073 out. So that's how I have my I/O routing set up for my setup. Yours might be different depending on your, if you're using mics, doing more recording and stuff. I strictly do mixing and mastering, so this is kind of my setup. So anyway, if we come back to our pipeline, you can see here you have an input and a send and a return. So the send is going to be my master out. So the way I wrote it is that it goes out of the computer into my mastering chain, which the first thing it hits is the my master bus compressor here, the Portico. And so that's master out. And then it goes from there to my Better Maker. Now this is all staying analog. From there to my Better Maker to the Burl, where it returns digitally back into Studio One and my master in AES 1 and 2. So the cool thing is you can name it whatever you want. So mastering chain. And then you used to have to ping to get the offset right, but now you just click auto, and I'm gonna hit play. You're not gonna hear it because this record isn't released, but you'll see just the meters go. Why isn't this? Let's see. Let's get this working. There we go. Okay, so and then you're gonna click auto, and see it's offset the samples, and then you just take it out of this wrench mode, which is the, what do they call it? The setup mode. And so now you've already have your offset, so now it'll be perfectly in line with Studio One. You won't have any sort of like latency or issues like that. So that's pretty cool that you just click the button and there you go. The offset has been automatically set for you. Really cool feature. Next, which was a surprise that they did this, is I used to use either a recall on an iPad or I take pictures, and I think the guys over at the Pro Tools experts made a plugin that you could take a picture, and then I use like another app called Notepad to write notes if I made like just a setting change or something. What's cool with the pipeline now is they have it all in here for you, so you can take notes like, compressor on, just so I know in this song that I used the master bus compressor. So it's on, right? The other great thing is I can take a picture with my iPhone of this and just airdrop it to my Mac, and then you click the picture button and drag the image in. It will just tell me the image is limited, whatever. Click yes, and look, now I have my settings from the Portico right here, and when I recall the session, I can just dial it in and have everything in this one plugin. So super, super cool. Another great feature on this is the mix knob, which I don't necessarily use, but if you wanted to use an outboard compressor for parallel compression or something like that, that might be cool. It also has a send gain and return gain. I use that sometimes. I put my drums on my Neve. So I'll take all the drums out and run it through the Neve just to get at that sound that the Neve can give. But I return it a little hotter than I send it, so I can always just take this down a couple of dB and get it the same level to make sure I'm matching my mix sound. So anyway, really, really cool new feature, Pipeline XT. If you guys are using any sort of external gear or you want to, this is how you do it in Studio One, and it works really clean, and all the new features they have in 4.1 with it are really, really great. So let me know if you got any questions or comments. Just share them in the link, ask them in the comments below, and please like and subscribe so I can keep making some content for you guys. All right, thanks.